There he is. Let's zoom in a bit. Hello everyone, and thanks for hanging out with us here at Let's Talk EV almost every Sunday at 7:15 p.m. Central European time, German time, whatever. I'm in my bathrobe, it's cold in here, it's winter, it's 11 degrees outside, was raining for 2 days straight. Autumn, fall, whatever you call it, sucks. What is this? Update? What? GoPro webcam update? Sure. Go update my GoPro. Yeah, bathrobe edition again. Yeah. And I have the heater here. 1 kilowatt of heat. Yeah, YouTube always wants to do me to do advertising right in the beginning, right when I started. I hope you're all okay. Jürgen is here, Ollie's here, Manuel, Photostorm, Dutch is represented. I hope you're all doing fine. Today we'll talk a bit about my degradation test that I posted the video on today. I did the test 3 weeks ago, exactly 3 weeks away today, 3 weeks ago. And we talk about the battery recall. It's not a real recall of Volkswagen ID.3, ID.4. My Patreons, because they're so nice. Well, has a show. Finnegan is not here. He's at my parents again. He is on holiday. So my Patreons and my YouTube members always get special treatment. They get videos first and everything. I have to make some advertisement. Here is the channel membership. But also Patreon support is in the link is in the description. And they also got info on the battery recall, because I got a list. Someone sent me a list last week what cars are affected with VINs, and my Patreons were sent me their VIN and I checked it, and one car was affected. We need a battery recall. One car really was affected with 3 modules, and it says the module number and everything, and it's a big file. It's 10,000 cars, yeah. But let's go through the news very quickly, and then we do this. News! Polestar 3 will be presented to the world October 12th in Copenhagen. And very funny, because I contacted Polestar overall if they want to invite me to future things, media presentations and whatever, and they said yes, we put you on the list. I don't know what the list means. If it's we ask you if you want to come, or if it's just do we want to invite him. We don't know yet. But the Polestar 3 should have 611 kilometers WLTP. Price, oh my god, 75,000 to 100,000, 10,000 euros. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 5 seconds. 365 dual motor. Accu, the battery 107 kilowatt hour in the long range. That's pretty cool. What about charging? Do we have charging? Do we have charging? And there will be a performance version with 4.7 seconds and 209 kilometers an hour top speed. We don't have charging? Anything with charging? No, we don't. That's fine. Can use YouTube money to buy the Polestar. I don't think I want an SUV, even though it looks good. The blacklist, yes. Then Smart One prices have been dropped here in Germany. There will be a few versions. It's going to be the Pro Plus, the Premium, the Brabus will be Power, and a first edition, launch edition they call it. It will start with 41,500 euros. Go with the Premium for 45, 49 for the Brabus, and the launch edition is 46. And there was a lot of info, and it's a 66 kilowatt hour battery. WLTP range is 440 kilometers. And power in the Brabus is, oh my god, I mean, what was it? 200 something kilowatt, so 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.9 seconds for a ID.3 size, middle size car. So interesting. Mercedes doesn't want to work with me, so I won't get this car to test. But BMW iX1 and a new i4 base. Oh, I have to. Sorry. Oh, I cuddle with the dogs too much. I don't think that the Smart 1 is just so much of an SUV. I think it's pretty ID.3 like. Not that we sneeze again. Don't want that. Yeah, I'm always smart, always say it. I'm allergic to dogs and cats, and we have one cat, not right now, and 3 dogs in this house. And I cuddle with them all the time. I'm an idiot. Okay. I contacted BMW if they want to invite me to media events. I haven't heard anything back. So, what do we have? In November 22, iX30 should be coming, and what else? Hybrids. It will be a 200 kilowatt, 230 kilowatt boost power in all-wheel drive, 65 kilowatt hour battery, around 410 to 440 kilometers of WLTP range. That's it. That's all it says. What was and also the i4 eDrive 35 should be coming. Less power, 210 kilowatt instead of 250 kilowatt, and a smaller battery. Where does it say? 66 kilowatt hours for 483 kilometers. That's okay. That was the 40 and the 35. Yeah, it says that maybe it doesn't have the 200 kilowatt of charging. We'll see. And the i7, yeah, that's something we don't need to know. NIO also interesting in Germany. They have opened the first battery swap station. I've seen a NIO ET7 and a fast charger in Munich once, 2 of them. But they were all weird, the people there. They were all looking at me because I was filming the MG5, I think. Or maybe it was the Marvel R, I can't remember. God, they were looking... what are you doing? Look at the Ionity map. Yeah, the website where it says what's new on Ionity, that doesn't work anymore. What do we have? One in Salzburg. Look at that. That's new. Anything else? This is the old one. We know that. This is normal. Ireland, nothing new. Norway, Sweden, Copenhagen. Yeah. Copenhagen rules was there not long ago. We were never at this charger here in Malmö. We were only at this charger once. It had 6 stalls. I never was at the Ionity charger. No, the one in Himmelkron has now 6 stalls as well. I'm an idiot. But that's it. We still need more chargers up here, I think. I haven't driven to Berlin yet. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's go back. What are people saying? Just be aware, Smart may be handling their media press fleet things differently this time around, so it may be worth following up with the new media relations. Okay. But yes, ID 3-dimension externally, but much smaller trunk. I'm looking forward to taking a look personally December, January. What's your next car going to be? I don't know yet. I'm very interested in the Ioniq 6 because Ioniq 5, Kia EV6 were always cars from the start where I thought that's a great concept with the 800 volt system, great charging. Now with new software we have battery heating when navigating to a charger. Power was fine, drive was okay. Nothing to complain about. And then the Ioniq 6 is also efficient. I'm pretty sure it will be an amazing car to do long distance travel, amazing charging and good efficiency. We'll see. I hope. I don't think that Hyundai will invite me to anything, but I will contact them, of course, and try. Yeah, maybe I should do that with Mercedes again too, and telling them with the new German channel. Hey, by the way, if you didn't know, if you're German here, oh, Grow M is here. Hey, how are you? And there was one Patreon who sent me, or member sent me his VIN. I haven't checked yet. I will check your VIN soon, don't worry. I'm not forgetting about this. Anders asked me about it. What is the next car going to be? Yeah, so like I said, Ioniq 6 sounds very interesting. Depends, of course, on the price and when it will be available and everything, because I have Walter till September of 23, so another 11 months now. Yeah, so this will be interesting. But let's talk about the battery faults. I made a video. What I learned from Volkswagen so far is that cars built in production year 2020 are affected. And this could be ID.3, ID.4. It's 10,000 cars all over the world. 3,000 cars just in Germany. So most likely ID.3 first edition, maybe even not first edition, and ID.4 first edition. And like I said in the video, what's happening is that a few cells are discharging by themselves without because they're connected to something. I checked min-max cell voltage is difference on my ID.3. Yeah, that's fine. Mine too. Even at empty, I have 0.03 voltage difference. And I'm not on the list. I have a list, like I said, and patrons and members are can ask me if they're on the list. I can check for them. And so the cells are discharging, and then if one cell has a lower voltage and then your state of charge is going down, this cell is even less voltage, and there could be a problem. First of all, you have less range, and when you're on a low state of charge, it's possible that the car just doesn't work anymore because the voltage is so low in the whole pack that the motor doesn't work. That's bad. Self-discharge maybe because of dendrites in the cell. I have no idea. Our ID.3 has been recalled. They need it for 2 days, giving us a loan car, not first edition. Not is it electric? I'm sorry to hear that. Hello there. I'm glad to watch your videos, as you are very honest. Well, I try to be just honest, not even very, just tell everything I know. There's always stuff that Volkswagen may tell me that they say please don't tell anyone yet because we're not sure. That's happening a few times, so I know stuff that I can't say, but it's not at some point you just don't know right away. What are the faulty cars produced? Where are well, they were all produced in Zwickau, because ID.3, ID.4 is all in Zwickau, but our next news, for 2 days ago, they already said that some Skoda Enyaq are also affected and they're built in Czech Republic. Do you know if Evolue has registered the same problem on other manufacturers? I don't know. They haven't told me that. I have we talk about the degradation too, because Evolue wrote a message under my German channel video. I don't know if you ever heard of a company, EV Clinic in Croatia. Yes, no, I have not heard of them. What I want to say. All gone. Yeah, but like I said, the problem is that the cell voltage goes down, and then it can be a problem. But Volkswagen will contact you with over-the-air screening of the cars. They know which cars are affected. And like I said, one of my members had this problem. Isn't the problem more of an LG problem, not Volkswagen? Yeah, it is. It is most likely the battery manufacturer, or the cells were put into the so the cell. I don't think that LG is producing the battery. It's producing the cells, and the cells will be manufactured, and then it's Volkswagen problem. I think so. Love your channel. Thank you very much. Always like praise. Yesterday they have one interesting post on Volkswagen. It's about Volkswagen ID.4. The post is about such cars if involved in crash on rear end. Okay. So what's happening? Tell us. So we don't have to look. And yeah, so I don't know if I think that Volkswagen is manufacturing the battery. They just get the cells from LG, and then it's a Volkswagen problem. But of course, they put the battery in and they can fix it, and they just change out the module that has the wrong cell, and done. But we'll see how long it takes to get every car in there. Yeah, I was at that the car is sending that there's a problem with the battery, a low voltage on one cell, and then Volkswagen knows and they contact the dealer, and the dealer will contact you. There's a high possibility that Volks 400 volt goes to the car chassis and can kill passengers if they touch any metal part of the car. If they get rear-ended, isn't this a test in the crash test that you get your rating? Isn't that normal? And isn't it weird that ID.3 and ID.4 at the same time? I think every time you have a crash with a battery car, there's a possibility for that. But I have no insight in this, and of course you don't want to get 400 volt on you. You don't even want more than 24 volt on you if there's a lot of power behind it. Don't do that. Don't touch it. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about battery degradation. So 3 weeks ago, we talk about a lot of stuff that people have commented, because that's interesting. Just came in. Hi all, did I miss info about what cars are affected? My dealer said the ID.3 is still not on the list. Also, it's an ID.3 first. Yep, mine is an ID.3 first too, and I'm not on the list. So it's can be, and it is most likely a first edition. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be your car. Yes, so degradation test. You saw my video. What did I do? So 2 years ago, 1 year ago, and this year, I drove 3 tests, all at the same, in the same way. I charged to 100%, drove it down to under 10%, looked at the kilometers driven, calculated the full kilometers from 100 to 0%, and then multiplied with the average consumption that the car shows, and this is my battery capacity. It's not, of course, not amazingly accurate. Just because it says a number doesn't mean that this is the actual number, because the kilometers are shown wrong. The average consumption is based on the kilometers that are shown, but the kilometers could be, the average consumption could be shown wrong. There's no heat loss on there, but that's why I did the test at 90 kilometers an hour with no hard acceleration, no hard deceleration, to get as less heat loss as possible. There's always a bit. And I did the 3 tests. The first 2 tests were done when it was very warm. The 3rd test this year was when it was colder. So it was 28 degrees. Then I think last year was 26 degrees. And this year was only 13 degrees. There's no insulation, one of the high voltage cable, and some light rear end collision. It can happen. Well, that's bad. Degradation should be most in the first or 2 years, and then it should flatten out. I always thought it should flatten out already after the first 6 months. But I'm not I will never buy a car. I will always lease or finance or whatever. I think leasing is the best for me, because I have to move on to the next car. So I don't mind. Yeah. So this is how I did the test. And you saw in the video how it was, that in the first year I had around 57 kilowatt hours. In the second year, 54 or 53, and then this year 52. So from the beginning till now I lost 10.4%. And I asked people if this could be right, because Avalue battery test showed only 7%, and then I did it again, it showed 8%. Battery capacity, more of the story is don't drive your ID like Chris has for the last 2 years. By doing so, you will beat on your car. That's true. I wasn't too nice to the car. That's totally true. I charged many times to 100%. A lot of DC fast charging. We arrive with under 10% and charging with full power. Even though when I look at the full charging thing, I have 68. Let's look at Tronity. Wrong. I think 68 is my 68 to 32 is my AC to DC charging. Yeah, 68 to 32. We have to charge this. I need a cable. Do we have a cable here? Yes. Phone is. Let's charge you. There you go. And at the moment buying is better, because there is not much depreciation. at the moment, I could sell my 2.0 car in a price that I paid for. That's true, but this could change. You never know what is happening in 2 years. Maybe in 2 years, a lot of cars are coming out. So I'm not taking the risk, and I don't want to deal with that. That's also, hey, is there no objective way, even for Volkswagen, to say anything about the battery health? They can do a test, but and they did a test last year in October or November, and they calculated 8% when I calculated 7.5% at the time. And but I got an email or a message from someone who says, I work at Volkswagen, and this test was done wrong. They should have done a different test. This is not the real number. So I don't know. I always wonder if Volkswagen are able to log the charges on the ECU data system so they can get a better idea of how the battery degrades with long-term use. I have no idea if they do that. Maybe they do that. I'm pretty sure the battery is storing how you charge and how many kilowatt hours go out and in, because you can read that with a car scanner and stuff. So people said that this is a stupid method to see degradation, and I know it's not perfectly accurate. That's totally true. But my thing is, I did 3 tests in maybe the last, not in the perfect condition, but it shows a tendency, and I don't. Maybe it's not 10%. I don't know if the cold temperatures, colder, 13 degrees, had an influence on heat loss in the battery, so that there's more battery resistance because it's 13 degrees and not 26 degrees. I don't know if this can do 1 or 2%. No idea. I have to talk to someone at Volkswagen with battery who has any idea about that. But again, this is also about normal driving. I get the battery test. Evelu said in the comment that what they measure is from 100% to 0%. They don't measure driving down, so 0% till it stops. And they have seen that the ID.3 only gives the capacity of the battery for 54 kilowatt hours. In the newest update, I think they mean 3.0, they didn't say, I have to ask them, they give 58. So it's possible that when I get 3.0, I have more range. It's very possible, I have to test it. If they mean 3.0, maybe it's 3.1. But 2.4 didn't do it. Otherwise I would have any Konas here? No, I don't have one. So I know again that my test is not amazingly accurate, but again it shows a tendency, and it shows it with real driving. So if you so out in the real world, I have to do the test again, of course, when it's warmer, to get 26, 28 degrees, and then I can say it has nothing to do with the temperature. We'll see. We'll do that next May, next June, when it's the first time 28 degrees. I do the degradation test again, and then we can say it was just sad that it wasn't the same temperature that it was last year. Could the iPlaps also be changing the BMU version so things are handled differently? Of course, that's also something that I have no impact on, that I don't have knowledge of. So maybe that a space-time continuum here. I don't know if the consumption is calculated in a different way. Again, the BMS has been updated with 2.4. Maybe the buffer is different. All of this, I don't know that. I'm just seeing all of this gone. I see now when I drive at 13 degrees, I can get 51 kilowatt hours out of the battery, and in warm temperatures, when I got the car 2 years ago, I got 57 kilowatt hours out of the battery, calculated. Maybe the consumption shown in the car is a wrong number, and it should be lower or whatever. I don't know. And if it's lower, then it should be lower in the new version as well. So again, the difference should be the same. Unless they changed it. Your first test was with new car showed really good number. Björn tested 3 cars some years ago and got 55.8 kilowatt hours from all of them. I noticed with my ID.3 35,000 kilometers, the state of change is not linear. Really, I see that big time. If I drive only to 10%, I got bad result. If I drive at 0%, was much better. I have never experienced it. I've never experienced. I always look at how much range do I have, or what state of charge I am, and then I see, okay, 2.4 kilometers around that, or 1%, and it usually stays at that. My state of charge goes down very linear. I know that the Kona and what car was so horrible? The Peugeot, I think, the E-2008. That was fine. My result was 52.4 kilowatt hours, car with 35,000 kilometers. I know another ID.3 that got 51.2 2 kilowatt hours with 100,000 kilometers. 100,000, that's fine. I checked my Id.3 battery in ID.3 with OBD dongle 3 times a different temperature. Today was the warmest. I got back 0.7 kilowatt hours. So when it's warmer, you get. But this is. I would understand while driving, let's say I take a lot of power out of the battery and then it's warmer, then it's less resistant, but just a number on a device that reads out a battery stat, and it's not minus 10 degrees, it's 13 degrees and then it's 20 degrees. If it shows a different capacity, is it that much different? So is a tiny difference from 26 to 13 degrees that much difference in what a battery can reproduce? I get 25 degrees and then 0 degrees, but 26 to 13, is that much difference? I really have to talk to someone in Volkswagen with the battery. That would be really interesting. Yes, warmer, more energy. I don't know, but I'm not saying you're wrong. How would I know? Okay, we should do a poll, but I don't have a poll. Talk to an engineer. That would be nice, you know. But will they talk to me? What poll do we do? What do we ask? Are you worried that your ID.3, ID.4 is affected by the battery recall? Yes, no, and don't care, and I don't have a Volkswagen. Still like this. What about the warranty of Volkswagen for the warranty for the battery? If it's so difficult to test and not objective, isn't it strange to the owner to have a guarantee and not be able to look up the battery status in the car? Well, you can do it yourself, but the workshop should be able to do that. Engineer here. Are you engineer at Volkswagen? That would help. Ah, it's warm. 21.5 degrees. Turn off the heat. Oh, it's quiet now. Isn't it nice? What do you have here? Are you worried? 14% right now say they're worried. 39% say no, and I don't have a Volkswagen. Ooh, the number is going up for yes. 32 people. It's always fun. Polls are amazing. Oh, we have to do the likes. There are 102 people here. Nobody, only 27 people liked the video. But wait for it. We're gonna do it together. As every month, I will count down from 3 to 0 and say go, and then we all like the stream. I could do it too. Yeah, isn't it cheating when I do it? No, I'm not working at Volkswagen. No, I'm not worried, because if there's a battery cell failure at this point, my first edition is only 5 days loss of use to be declared a lemon. With it is a lemon, yeah. For me, seems that 100 to 10% state of charge is linear, and after that, battery is extra capacity. Seems that Volkswagen BMS overcompensates voltage drop, total opposite to Korean cars. Now, I also have not noticed this, and I drove it down to 2% at some point. Never noticed anything. Okay, let's do the like in 3, 2, 1. Like. Everybody press the like button. Go to your device or whatever. We can do it all together. We have 34, 38, 49. It always works. That's fun. Like. 54. Can we get to at least the 87 that are here? If all 87 people, 90 people that are watching are liking the video right now, we should get to at least 90. 55. So there are 35 people who are losers that didn't like the stream. Who just came by. What is this? What is he talking about? Why should I press the like button? You're so right. Why would you do something that I tell you? You're so right. Be your own person. Fight the power. God, I spit everywhere. Okay, we talked about degradation. We talked about the battery thing. What else do we have? Hang on. Have to log on my other accounts. No, Jürgen, it's fine. Don't stress yourself out. You do way too much. Oh, man. Okay. A bit of advertising from myself. If you didn't know, if someone here is German and wants to see my videos in German, no cat, less likes. I opened a German channel, batterylife.de. There's still no normal link. It's still a weird number, whatever, because YouTube has decided that right now they're doing maintenance on their system, and since September 12th, so for 3 weeks, you cannot make an individual link for your YouTube channel, even though you can do it above 100 subscribers. But no, wait, you have a German channel? Yes, so I said this, then channel membership is here, link is in the description, Patreon support if you want to support the channel. We have merchandise. Do I wear anything? No, I don't wear anything right now. Do we have dual memberships? No, on my German one I cannot have membership right now. I think I need 10,000 subscribers or something. Then you can have channel memberships. Before that you can't. I'm sad. Yeah, that's so. I did advertising, you all know. What's coming up soon? I still have a few BMW i4 M50 videos, 3 or 4, I think 3. The Volkswagen Cat now option 5 still waiting on the car to be built. Well, it also means you don't have the car. Where are we in the thing? 22% are worried that the battery is affected. I have over 100 subscribers. Yay! That's the stuff. Yeah. I reached 25,000 subscribers last week. That was awesome. Woohoo! And on the German channel we have 1,400 something, so almost 1,500 subscribers. Thanks all to you. A lot of people subscribed even though they don't speak German. Thank you very much. It just helps. I will send out to, like I said, BMW, Polestar, will do Mercedes and other manufacturers, Hyundai, Kia, and tell them, hey, I have a German channel now as well, so it's even for a broader audience. What else? Yeah, what happened last week too? We Kona, Rami, a very nice Patreon or channel member. I think he's a channel member, YouTube channel member. Is the German channel dubbed with the voice of James Earl Jones? Yes, because he can speak German very well. What was I saying? Yeah, and Rami came with his Kona, and very special, the video is coming soon. Special about the Kona is that he had the battery recall. Remember the Kona a year ago was a battery recall that Kona had the battery replaced, and he got the message that his battery has to be replaced, but he had to wait over a year till it was done. And then he got the car, he noticed that the range was not good, and then they noticed that it still had the old BMS on there, they updated that, and now he's happy. And we did a little range test with the ID.3 and his car. I did another a calculation for my capacity, but at 130 kilometers an hour. I did it in the degradation video, and we looked at his capacity, and we did the Evolute test with his car. That was very interesting. And today I got the message I should test an ID.4 with degradation test. And I know someone here in Passau that I made a video with him. He with the ID.4 first edition, me with the Skoda Enyaq back in the day. Ask him if he wants to do that. I'm pretty sure he wants to know that, and he can drive. I don't have to drive. We do it at 90 kilometers an hour. Drive it from 100% down to, oh my God, 10%. It will take a while, and then we'll see. I have one of those bad Konas. Battery is limited to 90% until they can replace it. 330 kilometers range now. Yes, that he told me that. So the car shows 100% battery, but actually it's only 90%. And what he had now, which was weird, is we were charging at 90%. The charging rate goes down to 1 kilowatt. So almost no charging for a few minutes, and then it goes up to 25 or something. And at 97, it just stopped charging. It never from 97, and then it was 100%. So his battery management system had to be calibrated, I guess, because he hadn't charged the battery a lot to 100%. I did. Mine is calibrated for sure. That's why I lost a lot of capacity. Yeah, and we did that test. It was a lot of fun, and I think it's a good video, very entertaining. What else is coming up? I still have a few ideas for videos. Nothing big. I hope that something else will come up at some point. I hope that I get I still don't know. Does anyone know when the start of the Volkswagen ID.Buzz is? Because normally, the last few ID cars, there was the media presentation, the media drive, and then a week after that, or 2 weeks after that, the car went on the market. People got the car, and it was at dealerships to test. This time, my drive was in end of August, wasn't it? No, in the mid of August. It was August 19th. It's now 1.5 months later, and the car is still not at the dealer, because when my dealer gets the car, well, maybe he has the car already, but is allowed to show the car to the public and people can drive with it, I will get an ID.Buzz and do a real range test and charging test with it. That will be interesting. When I get my Enyaq 60, I will test the battery capacity and share the result. Yeah, that's interesting. Haven't seen that behavior. Minus 3.5 kilowatt until 90% and stops charging. Huh. That's interesting. He said his car with the old battery, with the BMS that saves the battery, only charges to 90%, but the car shows 100%. That's what he told me. Maybe you have the normal BMS and it's just restricted to 90% and that's it. I don't know. 100 people here, only 61 likes. It's not good behavior for YouTube people to watch stuff. I'm honest. I'm very nice. I like almost every video I watch. So unless it's I press on the wrong thing. Oh, I didn't want to watch this, or I look for something and I said no, this is not what I was looking for. But if I watch something for more than a minute, I like it. Just to do that because I know it's nice. I don't know what it does. I'm honest. If you have a lot of likes, I don't know what if it does something more than just views. I think that the balance is always the same. When I look at the videos I have, I'm pretty sure if you have 20,000 views, so 20,000 people watched your video, it doesn't mean that they watched the whole video. Maybe they just watched the first 2 seconds. It's still a view. Then there's a percentage who likes the video, and of course there's a tiny percentage who dislikes the video, but I don't care about the dislikes. But I don't know if it does any differences. I don't know idea. Where are we? Like done, thank you. Do we have to wait for the second refresh of the ID.3 before the clueless Volkswagen managers make the GTX version? Yes, GTX version will come with the facelift. I think you are making awesome footages with your drone. Thank you very much. Get out! Yeah, and it will be better footage soon. I ordered a new drone. So the Mini 2 I have here is the cheapest DJI drone there is. It's okay, it does its thing, it's fine. The thing is, it's always a hassle to use it because I need my phone. I have this remote where you put your phone in. It works, it's fine, and it has no active track. So when you select the car or something and then move with the car, it doesn't follow. It just stands there. What's going on? And it doesn't have no obstacle avoidance. So when it crashes into something, it just crashes. But that's okay because I control it and I'm very, very, very careful. I haven't crashed this drone once. In here, when I tested it because I got it and wanted to test it, how it is, and I drove in here, flew in here, and it flew against the curtain and down on the carpet. That was the only crash I ever had. Once you get your new drone, you can donate your old. Well, you can't get very far with the Mini 2 or see anything. No, I will sell it because it's still worth a good amount of money. But I will get the Mini 3 that can track. Then I hope to do some shots where I drive and the drone is following me, because that's always nice to have a bit of movement, not just the drone flying around something that doesn't move. That would be nice. We'll see about that. It's feeding the algorithm. Yeah, I think so. The likes do that, but I don't know what balance is. Just want to say one thing with MG4 here. ID.3 is an option. In my opinion, is dead. That's okay. You can say that. It's totally fine. We'll see about the MG4. For me, I said that before. I'm giving MG. Why say that? I'm not putting them down at all. I drove the MG5 and I wasn't impressed, and the Marvel R was horrible. But I don't think they cannot make a good car. I want to see if the MG4 is a good car. I've seen videos about it and I wasn't amazingly impressed how it looks like internally and stuff, but that's okay. I'm also not it's not a big deal for me if a car doesn't look amazing inside. I mean, look at the ID.3. A lot of people are complaining and I don't care. I don't see it. What's the problem? We'll see about that. I asked MG if they want to give me an MG4 as a press car. They said they don't have many cars. I know that a dealer in Passau is getting one in the mid of October, and I asked them if I can drive that. But they said no, I'm not allowed to film the car unless MG lets me do that. So I asked MG again if I can drive this car, and they said we have to think about it. And I haven't heard anything back. It's been a month or so. I don't know. But I don't think, again, this is my opinion, not yours. You're totally fine. If you prefer the MG4, I cannot believe that an MG4 has the same feel of drive with steering and suspension than an ID.3, and for me that's very important. I understand that for you it might be not important, and that's okay. But for me it is. I drive to work every day, and for me then software is not the biggest thing, charging is not the biggest thing, and I want power, comfortability, stability, nice steering, light steering, not too light but not too hard. That's my preference, but we'll see. MG4 performance version will destroy any ID.3 GTX. If MG4 performance will be all-wheel drive, that will be fun. So you mean that we press the like button for nothing? It's fun. Once you get your new drone, you can. We have did that. They'll figure out how to tie a grenade to it. Price-wise, MG4 kills ID.3 and Megane E-Tech. That's true. It does. But again, price and specs are not everything. I always say that drive it first, see how it is. And if it fits you and the price is also good for you, then buy it. But I have no problem with paying 5,000 euros or 7,000 euros more if the car fits me better. That's just me, again. But I'm not knocking it. Before I drive it, I have to see it. I have my doubts. I cannot believe that I drove 3 MG cars and they were okay. I cannot see that with the next car they redefined the car and how they build cars, and they still have this cheap price. We'll see. I want an ID.3 GTX not to smoke tire, but to get around the snow. Yeah, GTX will not be all-wheel drive. ID.3 GTX will be rear-wheel drive. There will be no difference, just more power. That's horrible, I know that. Giving MAG the benefit of a doubt. Thank you. You're so good. That's what I wanted to say. I think Volkswagen can't release new MEB models variants before they fix the parts supply chain. I think they fixed that because, as far as I know, except for, of course, chip shortage, that they don't put travel assist and matrix LED headlights in there. They're building on full capacity in Zwickau, as far as I know, since September or maybe even August. A lot of sales will be lost if they can't order and get a car quite soon after release. From what I hear, the MG4 lacks a bit of polish and finesse when it comes to ride and handling when compared to the ID.3. And I would understand that when you look at the price and where it's coming from. It all depends what is important to you. If someone is saying MG4 is rear-wheel drive, will the performance be all-wheel drive? That would be interesting. Do you keep your review of iX3 as not bad? Do you keep? It was for what it was, the iX3. It was a good car. I'm not a fan of SUVs, and I'm not a fan of taking an existing ICE car and converting it to electric. But the iX3 was okay with consumption, okay with space, okay with power. And good with charging. So it was a good car. It's not a car for me, but if I still would prefer a car that's based on a pure electric platform. But it wasn't bad. No, MG4 is rear-wheel drive and is very agile, cornering and closer to floor. Really? I don't know. We'll see. How can you trust buying from the people that forgot to put lightning in the AC controls for the night in the Golf 8 and later? Lightning in the AC. Ah, you mean they didn't forget. A lot of people always think that they didn't think of that. No, they did that on purpose. It was just a very wrong decision. So the problem is in those lights. So where you have your temperature and your volume control in the ID.3 and Golf 8 and so on, there are the infrared lights for the gesture control for the screen. So if you don't touch the screen, just do this, then it changes. And those would interfere with lights. If there would be lights in there, it wouldn't work. And they thought, we want the gesture control, it's more important than the lights. And it isn't. I used the thing maybe once or twice, and just for show. I never use it for real thing. Yeah. It's not it. Araya, is it then? Araya, we'll see. I asked Nissan and whatever, I haven't heard anything back. Tesla only makes 2,000 cars per week at the moment. Only? I think Volkswagen makes 500 something a day. But Tesla in Berlin can ramp up to they have a bigger factory. Another interesting EV car that is going to come is the BYD Atto 3 with up to 60 kWh LFP batteries for less than 40k. Let's see when it will be here. Exactly, we'll see when it comes. I always look like I'm a racist, and Germany is great, and cars from China are bad. And I don't want to say this, but again, for me, the driving is a very important part, and if it's comfortable and quiet and it drives nice, that's very important to me. And what I have seen with cars from China, they don't do that. they lack this part of refinement, and for me that's then not interesting. So the Megane, for example, drove amazing after the bad lane assist. Yeah, gesture control. Yeah, it's just don't need it. Björn, does the Chinese cars fuse? You mean that he does the Chinese cars, but not a lot of people are watching? Again, I'm not knocking cars that come from China. even though I like to support stuff that's built in Europe, and it has nothing to do with being mean against China, but we're all here. Why should we not support companies that are in the area? And if Chinese car would be amazingly. For Volkswagen does 1,400 cars per day. Really? Was it 500 cars per shift, maybe? I don't know. I was there at the factory. Yeah, I just think that the Ukraine war and the Russia problem shows us right now that being dependent on other country is not good. So at some point we will have hopefully battery production in Europe and everything. But I'm not knocking Chinese car or anything, any cars that come from anywhere. I'm not knocking American cars or French cars or whatever. I just like a car that drives very nice. And for example, Renault Megane, like I said before, does it very well. What do we have for the for the poll? 77 people, 33% I don't have a Volkswagen. Only 25% are Volkswagen ID.4 is also built in M. That's true. That's true. Maybe it's this because then it's more. Yeah, that's true. And a bus is built in Hannover, I think, around there. I think so. Yes. Anything else? Any questions? Anything we want to talk about? Because other than that, I'm done. Tomorrow is a holiday in Germany. It's Deutsche Einheit. This is October 3rd. 1988 or 89, I'm not good. Germany connected, East Germany and West Germany. Any news about software 3.0 over-the-air rollout? Not news from me. Walter still hasn't got it. I'm asking Volkswagen all the time. I didn't get 89. Woohoo! 90. When was it? Was it 90? I'm not good. I'm not good with history. Skip 3.0 and go to 3.2. I would love to go to 3.1, but I haven't heard anything why Walter cannot get the update. I know there's a problem on the server with certain cars. It's been 8 weeks now. Nothing is moving forward. I don't hear anything. See, 89 Berlin Wall fell, 99 unification. Yeah, I was close. Huh? Come on, 2 years, 1 year, it's fine. Tomorrow is a holiday. I'm not gonna do anything. And then I only work 3 days this week because my colleague is back. I don't have to work on Friday. I had to work twice. You will have the Ioniq 6 before Volkswagen release 3.2. I think so too. It's very possible. Yeah. I would love to have 3.1 on Walter. 3.0 is nothing special. 3.1 is the stuff, but it doesn't look good with Volkswagen over the air update. There's always a big problem. There's always something going on. These password and changed it immediately after the fight. Yeah. Oh my. Okay. I think that's it for me. I hope you all doing good and I wish you a very nice week. ID.Buzz has 3.2 software. That's true. I drove it. I tested it. I haven't seen any difference to 3.1. I still remember the time before I was once near the border in Rhön where you could see the border towers really close. Cool. I have been to East Germany a lot now, since it isn't East Germany, with Dresden and everything. But before that, I was never close to the border. Okay. You all take care. I have never pressed on the advertise button. Let's do this now. Money! Money, money. Rüber mit dem Süber. I said it. Now you all had to watch advertising. Going to work tomorrow? No! They stole the cables at Ionity Leeds. Oh my god! How do you steal cables without getting electrocuted and anything? Wow. I mean, there's not a lot of power going through it, but I think a bit of voltage to see it if it's working. Wow. cutters. Wow. Okay. They stole the cables. Oh my god. Okay. No advert. Thanks all. Okay. Bye. Have all a nice week. See you next Sunday. And bye. Yeah. I had to change that from 720 to 2020 back. I don't even know if I still have that.